Hi, my name is Erin Saltmarsh, and I'm a senior here at Clemson University. This is my final project for my marketing research class. I'm in Professor Giebelhausen's Tuesday-Thursday section at 8 a.m., and for this final project, I interviewed my roommate Grace Williams. This interview was conducted to dive into her thoughts and feelings on social media. So I chose to conduct an interview on Grace's thoughts and feelings on social media because I'm aware that this topic typically gives people mixed emotions. I knew Grace would be a great subject to interview because she's a great conversationalist and out-of-the-box thinker with a marketing background and has grown up during the time of social media taking off. The topic of social media is very controversial these days. While it has its benefits, such as being a useful business tool or platform for advertising, it also has harmful effects. This research assignment was designed to evaluate the mind of a young adult who is impacted by social media on a daily basis and the thoughts and feelings that come to mind when on the topic of social media. The first step in this process was asking Grace to put together a Word document with images of her thoughts and feelings regarding social media. Although the original document she created was not saved and I cannot display it, there are some of the words that came to her mind: captivated, lonely, connected, less valued, intrigued, and annoyed. I began by asking her what picture she wanted to begin with. She then went on to explain that the first word that came to mind was captivated. She went on to explain how social media can hook her, and then she has the ability to make her addicted as she keeps scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Then she went on to explain how it's possible to get fixated on what's going on in other people's lives and start to feel the strong sense of FOMO, or fear of missing out. Grace then went on to describe that social media also has the ability to make you feel connected, or that you are a part of something. In addition to the connected feeling, she believes that social media also has the power to keep you in the loop and informed on current news issues. Another point she brought up was that it's adding to society's issues of hiding behind a screen to face issues rather than being in there in that moment. One final negative point Grace addressed was that social media is a contributing factor to a rise in society's narcissistic tendencies. She went on to describe how it is this cyclical process of comparing yourself to others out there and then posting selfies to show off an activity you're up to. People then often feel bad about themselves when they receive the wrong kind of attention or lack of attention, and then the process repeats itself. One of the first key ideas that arose when I categorized was the theme of addicting. Several quotes from Grace alluded to the idea that social media is a huge source of addiction, which is also what I coded for these quotes. She said, "I think it makes me a little addicted to it because of the Discover page. I could be scrolling forever and going deep into accounts." She also remarked on how she logs on every day, which has become part of her daily routine. Another idea that arose were the feelings of missing out, or FOMO. Grace said that the concept of constantly updating your feed with friends, if she is not invited, can make her sometimes feel left out or not involved. On the other hand, she said it can equally make you feel very involved and a part of something if your friends choose to post with you. She then mentioned the word connected, and that social media has the ability to see what your friends or followers are up to, not just in a fear of missing out way, but in a positive, curious manner. Just opposite of that, she addressed that it can equally make you feel just as connected if you are not using it. She said she relies on it so much, so if you take a break from using it, it has the power to make you feel out of the loop. Leading into that, the idea of its usefulness came up. Social media acts as a significant news source for keeping you updated on issues going on around you. She also felt that social media can be used as a tool to gather inspiration and ideas, like what people are cooking, or where people are traveling, and how they are exploring. It can also be a useful tool when you want to find out more about a particular person. All you have to do is search them up. Grace also had some complaints when asked about her thoughts and feelings on social media. She said that it's annoying and frustrating how people post so much about themselves. When I asked her why this was bothering her, she replied that society's narcissistic tendencies and obsession with taking selfies to show off their lives really conflicts with the way that she was raised and what she values, always putting others first and never yourself first. This idea led Grace to dive into the harmful effects of social media. When I asked her why she felt that it was so harmful, she said that social media leads to a vicious cycle of comparing yourself to others out there, attempting to post the way they would to get attention, and then being upset when you don't receive enough attention or even the right kind of attention that you were looking for. This is a cognitive map demonstrating some of the positive aspects of social media as addressed by Grace. She mentioned that it can help inspire you, such as giving you ideas on travel and cooking, how it can even make you feel involved or like you're a part of something when friends post with you, that it can make you feel connected when you're able to see life updates on those involved in your life, and it can be a useful news source and a tool when you want to learn more about a person. This is a cognitive map demonstrating some of the negative aspects associated with social media by Grace. She mentioned how it can be harmful as it leads to self-confidence issues stemming from comparison. She also stated that it can be used as a tool for stalking when you tend to get fixated on someone, and it can easily make you addicted. FOMO is a legitimate feeling which can lead to loneliness and getting disconnected. The key takeaway I got from this interview with Grace was that she feels that social media can be a helpful tool when used in moderation. The way it can inspire your next vacation or meal, its ability to keep you updated on what's going on out in the world out there and what your friends are up to, and how it can give you a significant confidence boost when others are showing you off. Another key takeaway I gathered from this interview was that it also has some very harmful capabilities, such as its power to isolate and give people this unwanted fear of missing out stress, which can then lead to feeling depressed or lonely and just disconnected. She stated how easy it is to become so fixated on what other people look like or are doing, and it can become addicting, but in a way that it can only ultimately lead to self-confidence issues. That being said, Grace's thoughts and feelings on social media fall somewhere in the middle of loving it and hating it. There's a fine balance between using social media to assist in some way in your everyday life and letting it consume you and define who you are. Well, that's all I have. Thank you, Professor Giebelhausen, and I'm sorry this is such an awkward video. I scripted it because I wasn't really sure what to say. I have learned so much all the way from creating an effective survey and how to analyze regression and results, and performing 2x2 experiments, and also how to conduct an interview by laddering and probing. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you, Grace, for your time.